Hello everyone, it's I, Coconut99. Today it's gonna be a little bit different here. So, unlike any other episode where I talk about the background of our wildlife counterparts that inhabit many parts of the United States and also around the world, this time it's gonna be a little bit different. Welcome to today's special episode, Wild Invaders. Welcome you back to Reptile Planet. Come down here to see if we can track down our first invader, and it seems to me that I've already found him. So let me see if I can get to him without sinking. Here we go. And here you go, at our first invader. Wink. So no, doesn't look like much, but this little invader right here is a Chinese mystery snail. So let me give you guys the proper presentation on why these guys are primitive invaders. Alright, so this is a Chinese mystery snail, also known as a trapdoor snail, because that little thing right there opens up like a trapdoor when they come out. So these guys, although native to Asia and China, hence their name, these guys are basically invasive to the east, to the United States, because back in the 1900s, they were introduced to the United States for the pet trade, also for food, but due to them being released from these different areas that are used for those purposes, they have now flourished, and now they're competing with the native snails that we have in the United States for food, since these guys feed on algae and microscopic organisms. So as they're feeding on them, they don't really leave much for our native snail species. So these are one of more tinier, slower, and more, that doesn't even look like much, invaders, but they are here and they are flourishing in the United States. So they don't really look like much. These guys were hiding from me right now, so I picked them up when he was probably feeding or moving from one location to another. So yeah, these are one of the United States' most smaller, primitive invaders. And basically, when it comes to invasive species, those are good to remove them from the ecosystem. That way there'll be more food for our native species, and then hopefully it'll probably diminish the invasive ones. But there's still more research being done on if these guys are actually causing a negative impact on the environment, as many people will suggest. So there is still a lot of research to be done. So this is one of our smaller and slower invaders, but there are many more, and hopefully we can track them down. I can get it up close for you guys. So here's invader number 1. Now see if we can find another one. All right. Ooh. And here he is. Nice fish, and also our second invader. Not here, but definitely somewhere else. Let me explain. I think everyone recognizes this fish, a largemouth bass. And I guess they're thinking to themselves, why would this guy be invasive? Well, not here. In the United States, these guys are relatively common in the eastern and western sides of the United States, and also Canada and parts of Nebraska. But in other places like Asia, France, and many other countries that have these fish, basically they were introduced to as a sporting fish for these areas, but in many places they become, in many other places they become a very pest species, because due to their nature to grow to a large size, these guys can be they are notorious predators, and they can also end up competing for native fish for the same food supply that they're eating. So, with no natural predators on their invasive areas, they basically dominated, and now these guys are all over the place. The largemouth bass can be a formidable predator, and basically due to their popularity, many people like see this induce them to get a bigger game fish to get bigger in size, a lot more fun to capture. But there's always when releasing animals to an area for domestic uses, pet trade, there can be a downside when people release these fish or other animals, for that matter, who don't want them anymore to keep as pets, and then it wreaking havoc on the ecosystem in various areas. So, yep, largemouth bass not invasive to the U.S., but other places consider them a pet species, but number of fish. But when it comes to invasive species, like I said, you need to keep them under control. So, this is our second invader. Now, let's see if we can find ourselves another one. Now here we have a beautiful northern water snake. And actually, this species is actually on the invaders list because, well, they're endemic to the eastern United States, but the western side, they're considered invasive, especially in California. These guys that compete with native snakes for the same foods. These guys will eat fish and amphibians. So they basically compete with other water snakes that feed on the exact same thing. These guys are beautiful, but they are on the invasive species list for California and other parts of the western United States that they're invasive to. So yeah, beautiful snake, and definitely should belong on the East Coast, not the West Coast. Now here we have another common invader, and that is the European starling. Now these birds are usually from Europe, but now they're invading around North America, and because they were released when the people who released these birds were trying to recreate the same thing Shakespeare did when he mentioned various types of birds inhabiting North America. And for that reason, now these birds have flourished and have now competing with native birds for the same food and resources and nesting sites that our other birds need for their survival and for the population to grow. So now these birds are competing with other birds for the exact same resources and now have taken over. So in order to keep the starling population under control, it is now required that you find a starling nest anywhere in a nest box or in a residential area. It's good to destroy it to keep the population and numbers down and to keep them under control. Now here we have another permanent invader, the Canada goose, and they have invaded parts of New Zealand and Europe, with their population increasing and due to these birds living in large numbers. And here is why it's happening now. Now the Canada geese is a permanent invader inhabiting now both Europe and New Zealand, but in the beginning they were introduced as a game bird and they were protected under the Wildlife Act in 1953. So the Fish and Wildlife industry kept these birds under control, keeping their population numbers from getting out of control. Now years later, the population has increased dramatically, and now these birds are destroying crops and causing major damage to the ecosystem. So to keep these birds under control, hunting is definitely required, and as well as keeping their nesting sites down to a bare minimum to keep the population from increasing, causing major environmental concerns and damages further on. Alright, into the water, down on the other side. Hopefully we might be able to find our next invader on this end. Let's see what happens. I'd toss it farther than that. A little better. Alright. So after doing that, we're going to just multitask for a while until something picks that up. So, all I gotta do now, just wait. Something's going for it, something's toying with it. Here we go. Oh. Something was there. Something had it. Something had it 100%. And it got away. But still probably in the same spot. Alright. Hopefully whatever it was still hanging around. Alright, whatever it was about to take this thing for a joyride, so I gotta be ready. Saw something jump. So yep, something's here. Something's really here. Here we go. Got him. Got him. Oh, we really got him. We really got him. We got our invader. We got our invader. Ooh. Oh, he a fighter too. We got our invader. We have our invader, ladies and gentlemen. We have our invader. And a shad just jumped right as I hooked this thing. Oh, he's strong. He is strong too. Oh, oh yeah, he's pulling. He's really pulling. We have our invader. I can see him. It's clear as daylight. He's coming to service. He's fighting me. He's fighting me. I gotta get that net ready. I get that net ready. He is ready. And I think we all know what invader we're getting ready to see. One of the biggest freshwater invaders that inhabit North America. The common carp. The common carp is our next invader, and he is fighting. These guys are fighting machines. I'm telling you, he is putting up one mean fight. Not a very big one, but still a good size to get in front of you guys. If I can just get this guy tired out. Ooh. Oh yeah, he's ripping. He's really ripping. He is really ripping. Come on, come on. This guy's fighting. This guy's fight like mad. I'm telling you, these guys don't give up. These guys don't give up easy. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, these guys fight hard, real hard. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh yeah, this is a good hookup too. This is a really good hookup. Come on, come on. Ooh. Here we go, 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 here we go. Here we go. Oh. All right. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, these guys fight like mad. Yeah, he's trying to take me all the way out in the open. That is not happening. That's really not happening. And he's making it happen. He's really making it happen. Trying not to let him make it happen. Whew. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Woof. Come on. Oh, he's a perfect candidate. He's a perfect one. Come on. Oh. I get myself near the edge. Hope he doesn't pull me in. If he does that, I'm gonna go swimming. But hopefully he's not. I don't think he's gonna even try to attempt that. But I'm not gonna jinx it. Down low. Oh, get down low. Get down real low. Oh man. Oh yeah. He's finished. He is finished. Probably maybe not. You're finished, man. You're finished. Nope. Guess it's not done yet. Come on. Get it. I gotta bring it closer. Whew. Just barely. Get him in. Here we go. There we go. Oh, that's good. That's a good size. That's a real good size. Look at that. Look at that. That's a perfect size. That is a perfect size. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. And that is our next invader there. And I'll explain exactly why. Here we go. Here's our next invader, the common carp. These carp are impressively large. They can get well up to 30 pounds, even over that. Really large size. And now what makes these guys primitive invaders is that they are widely distributed. So the reason they came invade in the first place in the United States is because these guys were issued for both food and as a sport fish. But that became a big mistake. Due to their introduction and invasiveness in the United States, they have caused many problems feeding on shallow-rooted plants, muddying up the waters, as well as releasing phosphorus in the water that prevents algae to grow a lot more than usual. So yeah, these guys are really becoming a problem in the U.S. So yeah, originally from Asia, these guys are very much the most common invaders you can ever find, and having many water systems around. These guys can get quite large, and yeah, these guys are powerful fighters that you guys saw. But yeah, these species, since they have no natural predators, these guys flourish around the United States, and I do mean flourish. So these guys need to be kept under control. But they're beautiful as it is, but definitely are a major problem here in the US. And this guy right here, this guy is around maybe 15-20 inches max, and I can weigh him in a few minutes. But yeah, these guys are your primitive invaders. Very, very common. Says their name. Very common. Yeah, no species to keep them in line, but yeah, these guys need to be kept under control, or else their increasing numbers could cause very much a lot of damage to the ecosystem. But that's still research being done, so I don't want to really confirm anything or jinx anything. These guys have hard heads, like very hard heads. So yeah, beautiful fish. Definitely need to be kept under control here in the US, and hopefully the numbers won't spread to the point where they're really causing massive damage. So yeah, let's get this guy weighed and see what we got, and we will release him back, and I will weigh him right in front of you guys so we can all admire how big these guys can get, because these guys can reach a well good size of 30 pounds and plus. So yeah, let's get him scaled up. Zeroed out. Wow. Whoop. Yeah, look at that. 4 pounds and 23 ounces. That's a big carp. Yeah, these guys need to be kept under control to keep their population from growing even more. So yeah, but they always say that since there's still research to be done, we can't really determine how much damage they're actually causing, so that's still in itself to be determined. So, but for now, this is to make sure they're not causing actual damage and people are thinking, and hopefully it doesn't get to that point. So there's another invader off the list, and a very good one at that. So let's let this big fish go. All right, let's let this fish go. Sure he regains the breath after that intense fight. There he goes. Alright, he's gone. Alright, and then that is our collective view of our invasive species. There are plenty of invasive species out there that happen in different parts of the world, but that doesn't mean I won't cover them at some point. But I'm happy you guys endured my journey throughout this entire experience, and I'm also glad for you guys watching as well. So, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my Instagram, and as well check out my second channel, Aquatic Adventure. I'll leave the link down in the description, and I will see you guys next time. See ya!